Hello and welcome to Just with Tobacolit, coming to you live from Tobacolit TV. I am Jonathan Hawaii. So let's dive into the main event. Today's edition would be focusing on the United Arab Emirates ban lift on Nigeria. President Bola Tinubu facilitated what may be described as an end to the strained bilateral relations between Nigeria and the United Arab Emirates. The president, who has been away from the country for almost a week on account of the G20 meeting in India, made a technical stopover and was called in Abu Dhabi on his way back home. And what an impactful stopover it was. So as a president in what was described as a landmark agreement, he repaired the strained ties between Nigeria and the United Arab Emirates. Now, this was a major issue during the Buhari government, when some UAE businesses operating in Nigeria could not repatriate monies that were made. So the suspension of Emirates flights to Nigeria and visa restrictions on Nigerian travelers, amongst other issues. So the outcome of the president's visit resulted in the immediate cessation of the visas restriction, which was placed on Nigerian travelers. And of course, both Etihad and Emirates Airlines are now to resume flight operations immediately into and out of Nigeria without delay. And there's also an agreed framework which will involve several billions of US dollars worth of new investment into the Nigerian economy, and that's across multiple sectors. So today on the show, we will be looking at several considerations concerning this development. Now, what does this mean for the nation Nigeria? Joining with me on the show today to share more light on this is a renowned business consultant, financial analyst, a principal partner of Dozak Consultancy, Mr. John Usatima. You are welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. So we will be going for a short break right now. Do stay with us. Don't go anywhere. Thanks for joining us back on the show. Just like we expressed and we have discussed, that we are looking at the United Arab Emirates ban lift on Nigeria. And joining us today on the show is an amazing personality. If you are just joining us, he is a renowned business consultant, financial analyst, and a principal partner of Dozak Consultancy, going by the name Mr. John Usatima. You are welcome again. So we are still looking at the economic impact of the ban lift. Majority of the masses or the public would have several misconceptions about what they think it is. So if I would want to take this to you, that what is the economic impact of the ban lifted on Nigerians? What is the economic impact?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
First and foremost, I would want to thank the president of this country in the person of Bola Ahmed Tinubu for this great feat of achievement that he had accomplished.
That's good.
We know that early part of this year, our former president made an attempt to see to it that this ban was lifted.
Okay.
But unfortunately, it didn't come true. Well, on this, I would say that it hasn't really taken full effect. Full effect, yes, because it's just, let's say, principally agreed between two leaders.
Okay.
Yes, because there are certain things that need to be considered. First and foremost, I would like us to also note that prior to this ban, there is something that really necessitated it.
Okay.
Yes. We know that the airlines that were made mention, some of the challenges they had with us as a nation was as a result of people traveling
Yes.
outside the country, not just only Emirates Airlines and the rest of most of these foreign airlines, when travelers pay in Nigerian currency,
Yes.
they would have to go through CBN to change
The currency.
the currency with the CBN rate
Okay.
and transferring it back to their country. And we know the huge sum of money that is involved, and it will eventually affect the dollar availability in the country if our CBN keeps repatriating the fund back to their host country. And because of no much availability of dollar, that was what caused, one of the reasons that caused about the Fed to settle the financial obligation we have with them.
So was it mainly was it affecting the United Arab Emirates negatively or positively?
Yes, it would affect. It's like you doing a business and your fund is no longer coming back to you.
So this new change, is it worth celebrating?
Yes, if you may ask, it's worth celebrating. In that aspect, I will look at it from, will I say, three perspectives.
Okay.
One, to Nigerians who are based over there. Then secondly, as a nation, Nigeria. Thirdly, from the angle of Nigerians here who have businesses over there. Because of the bilateral agreements that the country, Nigeria, has with them, looking at it from the perspective of Nigerians who are over there, we know that virtually the activities there is linked to their visa and work permit. If you have your visa there, with it you can be able to open an account. With it you can be able to use it to rent apartment or make payment for apartments and various other things you do. Now, the permits given or the visa given to Nigerians, some of them are like 2 years. What is its economic effect? If their visa expires, it means that they won't be able to renew it.
They won't be able to renew it.
And as such, it will lead to deportation.
Back to Nigeria.
Then what about those people who have work permit and at the same time they won't be able to get job? It will equally affect the individuals. It will affect their families.
So let's say the ban lift has several sectors.
It has several,
yes. Which is worth celebrating.
It's worth celebrating.
Well, moving on. I like the fact that you explained, some persons needed to hear this information. So if we would still look at this syndrome called some Nigerians want to leave the country for some several reasons, the business, the Japa syndrome of I want to just leave the country, it is not good enough for me or something like that. Now, do you think that this ban being lifted has created room for the Nigerian, let's say, eloping away from the country or something like that? So, would I say it has created room for constant move that citizens want to always leave the country?
Yes, I wouldn't deny that fact. It will increase in number. If I'm not mistaken, it will. Will I say it will even double?
Double.
Yes, it will be on the increase, and that will have an effect in our own economy.
An effect, a positive or negative?
Somehow it will bring about negative effect in our own system, because when you are traveling out of the country, it's with the resources or with your earnings here in Nigeria that you are using to travel, and you are exchanging naira to dollar or their own currency. Yes, which will invariably encourage their economy and thereby increasing their GDP.
Exactly.
It will increase their GDP when calculating their national income,
because
it will be beneficial to them.
Some persons, they feel the United Arab Emirates have a better standard of maybe economic development.
Yes.
And they might want to use the Nigerian naira already made here
to exchange and do business there. You talk about tourism.
Okay.
You talk about medical. People travel for vacations, and you lodge in hotels. you pay transport, you eat in restaurants, logistics. So you will increase their GDP.
It's a good one to express, and I just want to believe they don't go all out into just leaving Nigeria just like that. So we would go for a short break right now, and don't go anywhere, just stay with us. Okay, thanks for staying with us on the show. We are still discussing the ban lifted on Nigeria from the United Arab Emirates. So it has been an amazing one, and our delectable Mr. John Uzodinma is still on the show with us, enjoying the segment. So still moving on, and please don't jump. it's like something we need to do, guys. Don't go. So it's a place of concern, because business owners, they are more concerned about this ban lifted. Now, we say that what business can Nigeria have with United Arab Emirates that can benefit both countries and also make the economy thrive?
Okay, I think that the most important thing is, the bilateral agreement. Yes, if there is an effective bilateral agreement between both countries, import and export will be mutually agreed. I know that UAE, United Arab Emirates, they are presently one of the leading nations in oil export, which Nigeria is also one. Then another area which we can do business together, I think, in the area of exportation of gas.
Exportation of gas?
Yes, liquefied natural gas. We can equally exchange hands.
There are several considerations to make concerning that, to make it possible.
Consideration?
Yes, if we want to export some natural resources like gas and liquefied gas, but there are several other aspects that it can still play when it comes to the economy of Nigeria as a whole. What several aspects can the economy benefit from this ban being lifted?
Trade and investment.
Okay.
Let there be trade and investment. Then it will also promote security and peace. Now, if there's an investment, let's try as much as possible to see to it that will make our economy a robust one, whereby we would also experience foreigners coming into the country. Because if they come into the country, our own business here too thrive, because they would also engage in hotel businesses, transportation, and several other things. Wow. Yes. Wow. So it's important that we look at it from that perspective, something mutually that will, because it's a win-win. It's a win-win thing. Yes.
And it benefits the common man.
Yes. If our government tries as much as possible to see that the investment that comes into this country, let it be targeted to SME.
Okay.
Small and medium enterprise. Yes. Such that maybe a product that would be manufactured here in the country would be such that the SMEs can use it as a supply, generating revenue. And let's not forget that if that is in place, our tax would also increase, because those businesses will have to pay tax to the state or federal inland revenue, thereby increasing the revenue of the country.
Something to consider.
Yes, it's something to consider.
We would just go on a very short break and just stay with us. We'll be right back. And thanks for still staying with us back on the show. It has been an amazing time, and I want to believe you have been tuning in. Yes, I'm back to the discussion. It has been a heated one, I should say, and it's a thing of people wanting to get advice from the experts around the world. So, as an expert yourself, so what further advice can you give to, like, say, business owners or the random common man on how to rather place themselves to benefit from this ban being lifted?
I would first advise or encourage our government, like I said earlier, let them be able to make our economy to be a robust one that will attract foreign investors. That's one. Then two, for business owners or even Nigerians, let me even address that. Yes, Nigerians that wants to travel out to
Japan.
Yes, let them as well know that they are representative of this country.
True.
They are representative of this country, and as such, where they find themselves, they should be able to maintain high level of integrity that would, promote this nation,
the nation's name.
The nation's name.
Okay.
Then for businesses, from the small scale perspective, I would advise or suggest that the government should see a way to encourage businesses.
Every business.
Encourage every business here in the country, because there was something I was reading, and I got to know that some of these airlines that comes in, they have more frequencies than our own domestic airline. Presently, I think we learned that is like whether Air Peace is the one, yes, that have little frequency to fly out. Yes. So if the government can equally encourage some of our domestic airlines by helping them not to be paying much taxes. As such, there will be some other airlines that will be able, that can be able to fly out. And we know that when this is in place, we will talk about employment.
Definitely.
Employment. There will be more businesses, even the agents that are involved in what do you call them?
Flight
agents. So there will be more business opportunities, which in its ripple effect, we know that it will equally increase our revenue here in the country.
That's an amazing advice that should be looked into.
Yes.
And I believe we have been having an amazing time. So that is all on today's edition of Gist with Top. I believe you were tuned in. So stay informed, stay connected with us on all our social media handles for more updates. Thanks for joining us. I am Jonathan Hawaii, and do have a wonderful day.